Hey guys, this is your learning assistant for Biology 1009. Today I have a first part of photosynthesis video. So just a general overview of what photosynthesis is. Um, Photosynthesis consists of light-dependent reactions and light-independent reactions, aka dark reactions or Calvin cycle. So today I'll be mainly talking about light-dependent reactions, and then on the next video I'll be talking about light-independent reactions. The main purpose of photosynthesis is to synthesize organic molecules using carbon dioxide as a source of carbon. The balance reaction equation of photosynthesis is 6 carbon dioxide plus 6 water molecules yield C6H12O6, so the sugar or glucose, and oxygen. Here's a big picture of what photosynthesis is like. The sunlight hits the chloroplast. Chloroplast makes the sugar and the oxygen from CO2 and water. This is a general picture, a little more detailed picture of what chloroplast looks like. This is a granum, a stack of thylakoid, and thylakoid is this one stack, like this one flat-looking thing is a thylakoid, and the stack of it is called granum. And thylakoid is actually the site of the light reaction. And then stroma right here is the fluid portion of chloroplast, and stroma is where the Calvin cycle happens for the dark reaction. And like this is a big picture of the light dependent reaction and light independent reaction. Like I said, a light dependent reaction happens in thylakoid membranes, and the light independent reaction, aka dark reaction, happens in stroma, the fluid portion of chloroplast. So since we're talking about light dependent reaction, I'll be more focusing on this part here. So the light hits the thylakoid membranes, and then the water comes in, the oxygen is produced, and from the light-dependent reactions, ATP is produced, and the reduced NADP slash NADPH is produced, and then goes to the Calvin cycle, and then how like the cycle works, and how the Calvin cycle and then the light reaction is corresponding to each other. And once I talk about Calvin cycle, you will understand the whole picture um, of of photosynthesis in this picture. But just wait until I have the second video to talk about dark reactions slash light independent reactions. So the light dependent reactions, the whole process of photosynthesis doesn't happen at all. Just like I said, it is divided into two parts. The first part is called light dependent reactions. It happens in thylakoid membranes. The primary role of these reactions is to provide a source of ATP and reduce NADP, which are used to reduce CO2 in the light independent reactions. And here's a typo: used to reduce CO2 in the light independent reactions. And here is what's really important. This is a diagram of light dependent reactions. So sunlight strikes, the light strikes the chloroplast. The energy of sunlight excites the electrons in the chlorophyll molecules, the pigment, in the thylakoid membrane. The shell of the chlorophyll molecules can accept very low energy electrons uh, from the water, and water splits into hydrogen ions, electrons, and oxygen. So the excited electrons move through the electron transport chain, which is this is right here. So the sunlight excites the chlorophyll, and then the electrons of the chlorophyll moves up, meets the electron acceptor, and then goes along the electron transport chain. And then as it goes along with it, ADP plus PI happens, and that makes the ATP. And the production of ATP due to the light-induced energy transformation is called photophosphorylation. Sorry about that. Photophosphorylation. That's what happens when the ATP is made in this part of the diagram here. And the electrons lost by photosystem 2 are accepted by another chlorophyll molecule in photosystem 1 right here, which had also been hit by sunlight, and lost electrons to a different acceptor. The electrons from the chlorophyll molecules again enter the electron transport chain right here. So the electrons from photosystem 1 electron acceptor goes along the transport chain, and then this time they don't make ATP, but they make the NADP to become reduced which makes the NADPH. So pretty much that's what light dependent reaction is. Hopefully when the next video comes for Kelvin cycle for dark reactions, you will understand the whole picture of this. Thank you. Bye.